Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is Monday, December 31st, 2018. It is New Year's Eve. I hope everybody who is going out to party tonight drinks and parties safely and responsibly. Be sure to take a cab, an Uber, a Lyft, stay at somebody's house. Just be safe out there. I wouldn't want to lose any of you. So, a year and a half ago, I made a video on cultural appropriation. And Saturday, I watched a video by somebody who was trying to talk about cultural appropriation. Key word was try. Sad to say that they were missing everything about cultural appropriation by 2 galaxies apart. They were way off. And the parts that did was all boiled down to one thing. Don't go to other people's cultures because they don't like you. Yeah. Simple as that. And as ignorant as that is, because this person obviously doesn't know that, I don't even know where to begin, honestly. That means you can't go to Canada, you can't go to Mexico, you can't go to Central America, can't go to South America, can't go to the Caribbean, the Bahamas, basically the Gulf of Mexico. Can't go to Europe, can't go to the Mediterranean, you can't go to Africa, can't go to the Middle East, can't go to Asia, which the Middle East is in Asia, Middle East Asia, Central Asia, East Asia, Southeast Asia, China, or Malaysia, and then the South Pacific. Nope, you are to stay home, wherever you are. You can't even interact with other people from these cultures. And I just wanted to just bang my head on the wall, like, really hard. I'm like, oh my god. This person is so ignorant. And the worst thing about it is that this was supposed to be about witches and pagans and cultural appropriation. And again, I digress. Way, way off. 2 galaxies apart. And then they used Witch Patrol as a perfect excuse, reason, point. And then I'm like, oh wow. I feel sorry for you. And, I mean, this video was a doozy. I ain't gonna even lie. Let's just get Witch Patrol out of the way. They don't care who they talk about. White people, black people, Hispanics, Asians. They don't care who they talk about. They call everybody else who isn't black. Hell, they even call some black people weak DNA. And I'm like, wow. Just wow. Like, and they keep saying that like they know what it means. Like that has anything to do with magic at all. To which it doesn't. Your DNA has nothing to do with magic. Magic is energy. Just saying. Your DNA has to do with magic as a ham sandwich does with a basketball. And then, like I said, they're racist. They don't care who they pick on. Black people getting in touch with their Afrocentric spirituality and magic. Latinos with their Afrocentric combination of Santeria, Kimbada, some others I'm forgetting. You know, the Palo community. Doesn't matter. They'll pick on anybody. Which is stemmed from jealousy, by the way. So, I mean, we're done talking about Witch Patrol. Everything that I've said is accurate. So, they wouldn't know anything about cultural appropriation if it bit him on the ass. That's all I'm going to say on that. But this person in the video was trying to explain that you shouldn't go to another culture because they don't like you. And it's wrong for you to do that. To practice spirituality and magic. And this person, mind you, is a path jumper. Flip-flopper. One minute they're this, the next minute they're that. The only thing they haven't been is a dark arts practitioner and voodoo or voodoo. But we'll use Mother Kali and then try to mash it with the Nordic pantheon and all that. So, you know, why are you talking about cultural appropriation when you are guilty of path jumping? I mean, I get trying to find your path. I get that. But I don't know. But I've noticed something since the last time I made a video on cultural appropriation. I've noticed something. That 99% of all the witches and pagans in the community that yell, screech, bark, cultural appropriation are white, female, eclectic witches. Now, this is only limited to people who talk about cultural appropriation. They're always eclectic. And they'll come up with some excuse and how being eclectic, blah, blah, blah. No, and, no. Sorry. Try again. Just like fiction can try to justify how real being a fictional character, how you can have the soul of a fictional character through quantum physics, string theory, multiple dimensions, and all that. I could give you a scientific report saying how Monster Energy drink makes you the best person in the world. So, I mean, it'd be fake. So, just like that shit. But I've noticed it's always white, female, eclectic witches that scream cultural appropriation. I've noticed this. And I think it's hilarious. I really do. They want to stick their nose into other people's business, tell them they can't do this because they're not this culture's people. You can't call it this because you're not that culture's people. You can't do that because you're not this culture's people. Blah, blah, blah. Same story, same song. You can't call it smudging because you're not Native American. Call it cleansing. Or sage burning. I'll call it whatever the hell I want to call it, when I want to call it, and whatever the hell comes to my head. Thank you very much. I'll call you whatever the fuck I want to. You know? No one asked you to butt into my business. And that's one of the things that they do. They stick their nose into other people's business, in other people's paths and magics, and tell them, you can't do this. But, they're okay being an eclectic witch and taking from other cultures' paths and practices, right? I call these people Snow White. I call these people Snow White. This person in this video from Saturday was being a Snow White. White as snow, telling people what they can and cannot do, as if they have any authority of controlling people. And I'll tell you something else that's been kind of funny. Before I was banned, this was a sensitive subject in pagans and witches. Like, every so often somebody would start this fight on cultural appropriation. And there was quite a few people that were standing up to Snow Whites, saying, you don't speak for my people, I don't speak for my people. And you damn well know I liked their comment. Because if you're going to bark at somebody to say you can't do that because they don't like you, how do you know? How do you know they don't like them? There's a whole section in Asia not North Korea, but South Korea and the Philippines are the two notorious countries for doing this. But in these two countries that I can name right off the bat, because I know about it, like I legitimately know because I watched YouTube videos and news articles on this shit. Plus, when I had a friend from the Philippines before she went nuts, because I was talking to that old dusty buster Uziel. She was all about the skin whitening cosmetics. See, in the Philippines and South Korea, they market skin whitening creams and lotions because the whiter you are, the more opportunities you will have in financial success. Especially in the Philippines. I was watching Mira K, who talks about Filipino culture. And she said that there was this really smart, beautiful Filipina. And she was applying for this desk job at a hotel. But she got turned down because she was too dark. And the lighter-skinned Filipina got the job. Like, while here in America, where people are shaming people because they're white, trying to make them feel bad, which I don't feel bad. I feel no shame. I have no guilt. I'm just me, motherfucker. You got a problem with that? You can kiss off. Know what I'm saying? But like this whole thing about wanting to be white over there, you know, whiter skin and all that. It's like, it's really sick and disgusting. Embrace who you are for your, how you are, what you are. Doesn't matter if you're dark skin, light skin, green skin, blue skin, a robot. Doesn't fucking matter. Be proud of who you are. Inside and out. And that's pretty much the legacy of the Western culture, or Western civilization, that's made an impact on Asia. There's this fashion trend in Japan, where these Japanese girls, Gangoro, or Gangoro, I think it's called Gangoro, where they pretty much bleach their hair blonde, get tanned, like bronze tan, darker than Donald Trump, and dress in slutty clothes, and try to be like the bleach blonde gold diggers out here in America. I look at these girls and I'm like, wow, some of you are really pretty, but you're ugly now. Get out of my face. Mean? Maybe. Justifiable? Yes. They are destroying who they are because of Western culture. So, cultural appropriation is kind of a double-edged sword. So, but when it comes to the magical and spiritual community, if you truly are called to a spiritual path that is closed, if you are truly called, I mean, how should I put this? If you are truly called by the pantheon of that culture's gods and goddesses, and it's closed, you will have to work and do whatever you can to prove yourself. Because I was watching a video by this one person who was making all kinds of sense about cultural appropriation. And she is I think, American of Chinese descent. And she was pointing out that, going into a Taoist cultural, spiritual path, if you are truly called, you will succeed in the tasks to do it. Whereas those who are not will quit and walk away. So if you are truly called to a path, you will overcome the hardships, the work to take in this spiritual path and its magics. A path will weed out those who don't belong. And obviously, this person in making this video is just butthurt because they got weeded out. And they're just mad that other people, are having success and whatnot. And I truly believe that. I truly agree with this woman who was saying that if you are truly called to a path, you will overcome and you will complete the tasks to what's given to you to prove yourself. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. However, despite my belief, my personal belief that if you are called, if you are truly called, you will go. You will complete. You will learn from the people. Despite that, I myself have a very thin line in the sand when it comes to that. I believe it is okay to go to a path, to learn from it, and its people that continue the traditions. But I do not like it when people go to a path to exploit it for money. Turn it into a overpriced book. Some people don't like EA co-editing. Some people do. Me, I'm on the fence. And I'm not trying to cause a fight or anything, but honestly, EA co-editing is one of those people that will go to a path and exploit it for money. The Spider and the Green Butterfly, his voodoo book, oh, that pissed off a lot of Haitians. That pissed a lot of Haitians off. And now I'm not going to get into that, especially with his video where he's talking about his book and he looks like shit. I'm not going to get into that here. But people like him that exploit it for money, you know, that I will agree is wrong. You shouldn't go to a culture, learn its traditions and practices, and then write a book and sell it. Because you have no real intentions to be a part of that path. You just want to make a quick dollar. That, like I said, is wrong, and I will defend my statement on that. I think that's about it, really. I think so. Yeah. So, to sum everything up, this bunk about don't go to another culture because they don't like you, man, get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. If you are truly called to a path, you will go. You will succeed. My culture is one of many. I'm mostly white. I identify as white. More than I identify with my Latino and Native American heritage. And my Jewish blood. Which, Russian Jew blood. So, I mean, you know, I identify with my whiteness more than anything. And the path I practice, well, they can't hate me because their culture died out a very, very long time ago. But their works still remain. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Tell me if I'm right, wrong. Want to hear your thoughts and opinions. Again, these are just my thoughts and opinions on cultural appropriation, again. Because nobody likes to have somebody that's white as snow come into their business and tell them they can't say the word smudge. Be sure to click that little bell icon to stay informed. You can follow my social media links in the description down below. And I will catch you all later. Again, have a wonderful, safe New Year's Eve. And I will see you all next time.